Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Daily Masters cast. We've got a couple of very awesome players here. I don't believe I've cast either of them as of yet, but they're definitely really awesome. Yeah, just you don't have to take my word for it. Check out the rest of this game. I'm sure they're going to do an awesome job. So, down the bottom right side of the map, it is none other than Cutebot, our red Protoss player. He's looking very awesome there with the whole spinning light thing going on. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. And up the top left side of the map, it is the blue Zerg player, who I'm not sure exactly what that stands for. I always think it's like LsEbA, but the letters are in the wrong order. So I might just end up calling this player Mr. L, but I kind of don't want to, and I kind of don't want to call him LsEbA either because that sounds a bit gay, if you know what I mean. So we're gonna have to come back to that. We're gonna have to come back to what we decide to refer to that player as we're playing. I'm sure something will come up, but yeah, regardless, let's go checking out the game. We've got a nice pylon, a nice gateway. We've got nothing really special going out from either player so far. Nice hatch into pool for Les. For Les, he's got a hatch into pool. There we go, that's done. Name! That total situation has been sorted. So Les has got a hatch into pool, looking very nice. Mr. Cute. I go straight from LsEbA to calling this guy Mr. Cutie. We're not going to be calling this guy Mr. Cutie. I almost did it, but I caught myself, and then I said it like 2 or 3 times as I was explaining myself. So I'm a horrible caster. But the Cutebot, I feel like he needs a "the" in front of it. I mean, Cutebot, it needs to be the Cutebot. So the Cutebot is going to be getting out a cyber core. No doubt going to be seeing some stalkers out at some point, but he's going for a Nexus right now. And the Zealot man, he hates rocks like you would not believe. He cannot hit the Overlord, so he's taking out all his frustration on those rocks right there. And I suppose all the gas being used on the mothership core, but a stalker should be coming out fairly soon. Second gas not quite out yet, but one gas is enough. Would be very surprised not to see a stalker coming out, because these overlords, man, they're just such a pain in the ass. Just overlords everywhere, just pooping all over the place. Man, they need to start figuring out how to home train. What's it? Is it house trained? I think it's house trained. You need to figure out how to house train an overlord. He's going for a sentry instead, which is good because they're multi-function and they can still kill overlords. Third expansion coming down for Mr. Les. He's doing a pretty awesome job, and the Queen as well doing a pretty awesome job. It looks like she's just sitting on her fat ass, not really doing much, yelling at the drones, but trust me, she's doing a good job, and she will smack you around the face if you even dare to say she is not, because that's just the sort of Queen she is, man. What do we go? I feel like my mouse battery is going down, or I think actually my mouse pad is just dirty because this mouse is getting a bit sluggish, and I charged it before, so there we go, it's a bit better. What do we got? We got a pylon going down there. This is the most awesome pylon in all creation. Got an overlord just chilling back here. We still don't know how to have a stalker. Do we have a sentry? Where is that sentry gone? It's just chilling back here, holding the fort. 3 gateways actually coming out, so right now Mr. Cutie, oh god, I've started saying it again. He's actually got a 4-gate going on off 2 bases, which is going to give him a bit of stuff that he can do. The Ling's actually really hitting that sentry. He's going all the way down to life damage. But here go the Zealots coming in. A nice sort of time warp there, but there's going to get a Queen on the high ground, taking out these Zealots, and there we go. The Queen absolutely demolished. Now the Zealots can get to work on this base if they choose to. Not really much that Les can do about it. He's got a Roach Warren coming up, but he has not built any roaches yet. So he's just buying time to try and get his roaches out. He's doing a pretty good job. Just the Lings sort of trying to pull the Zealots out. There we go. Buying time, attacking the one Zealot by itself. Les is doing a pretty good job right here, trying to keep the Zealots from attacking anything critical while his roaches are on the way out. And here we go, the roach is about to come out, and suddenly the Zealots are in a lot of trouble. They've taken too much time messing around with the Lings, haven't really killed anything decent, although the workers are really going to get owned here. And the workers, I don't know, they're just staying still or something, and they start to get owned quite badly. We do not actually, this is a really old replay, we do not have units lost, but I estimate at least 5 or 6 workers got lost there, and the Zealots continuing to stream in reinforcements, or they seem to, because had quite a large number and they took out quite a few roaches. So those Zealots, man, doing it for Team Protoss, doing it for the Cutebot, and man, very, very awesome. Another pylon down here. I feel like he should have put it on top of this ramp, but I don't know, man, that pylon just did not have a clue right there. He's obviously, something's very wrong with him in a weird sort of way that you can't really tell there's something wrong with him until you spend like at least a few months hanging out with the guy. Before that, you just like, he's totally normal, man. There's nothing wrong with that guy. Somebody's trying to build something and it's just not happening because they got the wrong key going. Oh, maybe that's a cheat code or something like that. I do not know. Maybe the Cutebot has found the way. Yeah, maybe he's going to give this pylon invulnerability or something like that. Or maybe the Zealots have teleportation. I just do not know. Anything can happen. That's what Starcraft is all about. Look at the wings on this Ling, man. That's just crazy. Oh, another Zealot coming in here, going for the Queen, and the Queen might actually get owned here. And the Queen's like, help me, drones, and the Zealot's like, oh crap, I can't reach. My stubby arms can't reach the Queen anymore. It was actually solidly attacking the Queen, so he actually, it wasn't an attack move, it was an attack command directly on the Queen, which means when it gets surrounded by those drones and it cannot reach the Queen anymore, it just sits there. It doesn't change targets, it just sits there, which sucks. So that's why attack move is better than straight up attack, although he really wanted to kill that Queen, so that's why the Overlord's like, this is bullshit, man. How has he not got the speed upgrade yet? This is such bullshit. And finally explodes in a big, greasy, wet, sloppy mess that we probably shouldn't be talking about anymore. Here we go, a bunch of Phoenix coming out. The Ling's running into the third base, sees nothing. That is just the way he likes to see it. And does he have burrow yet? Does not look like it, so he can't burrow down and sort of annoy the pants off the Mr. Cutebot anymore. But the Phoenix coming in. Oh, there's a nice juicy meat sack just waiting to be taken out. Did not kill it actually, but the Queen getting lifted up. The Spore Crawler started to build him, but it's just a little bit too late. The Queens are actually, I feel like they were healing this thing up, but oh man, it finally gets taken out. Overlord's getting killed left, right and center. There's a few more Overlords you could take out there, but he's taken as much as he can over this hatchery. Bunch more Zealots coming in, but there are Hydras on the field right there, and the Phoenix taking out so many Overlords. They're just going down. Mr. Les, he actually had too many Overlords, but now he is supply capped. Oh, this is bad. So many Overlords lost, and he's going to get enough to not be supply capped, but workers going down as well. Finally, the Hydra's coming out, seeing what they can do. What they can do is to get trapped by the cliff because they can't get any further, but look at this, a Roach incursion actually happening here. Hitting a lot of Zealots, but Force Field's doing a great job of keeping these guys at bay. And more Zealots coming in. And so far, Cutebot doing a great job. He's knocked away a ton of Overlords. He's got great Phoenix domination all over the map. And he's been able to defend that Ling incursion, Roach Ling incursion. So great job there. And Les is kind of not doing all that well. He's doing okay. Let's have a look at his income. He's 15 workers ahead. That's a great position for him to be right now because he definitely needs to be getting some stuff to deal with this Protoss player. He needs to be getting a bunch of Void Rays coming out. That's not going to be good for the Roach numbers of Mr. Les. But, yeah, I mean, he's got Hydras as well. He's got Lings. So as long as he doesn't get super Roach heavy, he should be fine. He's getting out a ton of Hydras. So that's going to be good. And Cutie is going to need something to deal with those guys. He's getting the Twilight Council. It's probably going to mean Zealot Legs, which is going to be good. But he needs something else. He needs either Colossus or High Templar to deal with the large amount of Hydras he's going to be seeing on the map. So far, he's not really pushed for either option, but he's definitely going to have to be thinking about it very, very soon, because if he doesn't, he's kind of going to be screwed quite a bit. I mean, Les is getting out a lot of units very, very fast. I mean, he's 13 Hydras. Cute has actually got a ton of Void Rays. He's actually really teched into Void Rays. Void Rays are not going to help him at all versus Hydra, so he's going to need a backup plan. Oh, Fleet Beacon. I hope this is not for carriers, because carriers are going to get owned so badly it's not even funny. Hydras could not quite get this down, but the Zealots still do not have legs, so they're just going to be wasting themselves against Lings. And I suppose you're going to be happy you at least took out some Lings. Oh, he just got that Ling. Wow, so close. Did I see something happening here? Looks like something just died there. I don't know if it was an Overlord, an Overseer, maybe. Maybe it was even a Muta. I think we saw a Spire here. Yeah, no, the Spire isn't finished, so it's probably just an Overseer. Oh boy. Here come the Phoenix, and here comes the army, man. I really feel like Cutebot is not equipped to deal with this so far. He's been putting a lot of energy into getting his Void Rays, and they're going to be so useless against the Hydras. I feel like he's pretty screwed here, actually. He's got none of the counters he needs. Maybe Dark Templar, maybe. But that's not a very good option. In fact, that's a crappy option because there's an Overseer already on top of this army, so it's going to be awful. And Cutebot, I feel like he's just going to fall over right here. I feel like he's got nothing on this army. I mean, 3 carriers coming out. Dude, you are playing Brood War. This is Heart of the Swarm. Carriers are not that good, and Hydras absolutely will own your ass. Actually, that is kind of like Brood War, because Hydras were really good back then. But a Roach Hydra with Ling support, dude, you need Colossus or you need High Templar. It's just not going to work. And a 6 Phoenix, I'm not going to force this army to retreat. Okay, it's just not going to happen. They're just going to attack you, and you're going to get owned. So, Mr. Cutie, I am afraid you are going to get screwed right here. Even I just have no idea what he can possibly do here. Alright, he's splitting up the army. The Void Rays are actually doing a really, really good job going to hit. The Hydras are not in a good position to hit the Void Rays, but the Void Rays take advantage of the fact that I think they have 1 attack range more than the Hydras. Definitely taking it to good advantage of the force field, splitting it up, keeping the Hydras away from the main army. But a bunch of Mutas coming around. The Phoenix, they know what to do with the bloody Mutas though. Very, very nice. And held that off. Damn, Cutebot held that off very, very nicely. This carrier having to hold its own against a bunch of Mutas though, so that's not good. But a bunch of guys coming out. Really, really. Where are these other carriers coming from? Ah, there we go. There's 2 gateways back there. So suddenly, carriers on the map. And Les coming out with an awesome ground army with all those Hydras. Just got trapped between the force fields, could not get the hits off on the Void Rays that he wanted to, and eventually just got worn down. The Void Rays, and even though they're not built to hit Hydras, just got owned. And here is when it starts to fall apart. The Hydras are out in range, but they don't have enough numbers. I mean, he's got like 1 Hydra for each Void Ray right now. That's not enough. And sentries and stalkers on the ground, and the air is starting to get shredded by the Hydras. And they're really hitting the Void Rays hard, but the Void Rays are so beefy, and you really need more than just 1 Hydra per Void Ray. You really need a lot more than that. You want at least 2 or 3 per Void Ray, and when it comes to Colossus, man, you need a lot more. He's got to be looking at like, I don't know, 30 or 40 Hydras to be taking out an army this big, and he just does not have it. He just got screwed by that bloody force field play from Cutie, and unfortunately, just ended up losing the game. So congratulations to Cute for taking out a beautiful game there. Going for the crazy plays, going with Void Rays versus Hydras. I didn't think he could make it work, but the force field play was so excellent, it's not even funny. And you know what? We may actually go back and check that out again. This game goes out for another 5 minutes. I don't know what keeps happening for that 5 minutes, but yeah, we'll just go for it. Go for it. Alright, I keep forgetting we're still casting. Alright, so here he goes, going for the rock. Is this when he pushes in? Minus the speeder. No, this is when he pushes in. So look at the Hydras forces. Most of them are at the back. Nice. Alright, so he's pushing back. He's not going. Alright, we're going to speed it up a little bit more. Go on, a little bit faster. There he goes. He's thinking about moving in. There we go. So you can see here the Hydras sort of spread out. Most of them are at the back. The sentries come in. Force field's beautiful. The front half gets decimated. The Hydras do not have that good a range, and they're actually attacking the Zealots right here. Then they're sort of attacking the Void Rays, but they're getting split off. All of these guys falling back. These guys wandering over here to go for the workers. There's no concerted attack on the Void Rays, and they just shred the Roaches. And what little firepower they have left over is more than enough to deal with the Hydras, or at least chase them all away. So great job there by Cutie, and Yeah, thank you very much for watching this game. It's a great game, and we'll be back tomorrow with another one. So stay tuned. This has been Hairy Muppet. I hope you enjoyed this game.